So here's the projected draft order according to BPI. On the right, the way BPI projects their chances to get the top overall pick. The Knicks, Cavs, and Suns have the best chance to finish in the bottom three. Hawks currently project to get the 5 pick with their own pick. Then again, at number 7 with the Mavericks pick that they own. New mock. Jonathan Givony sees things unfolding this way. We all know it's Zion number 1, then R.J. Barrett 2. Ja Morant 3. Darius Garland injured at Vanderbilt, but still projected to go 4. Then Virginia's DeAndre Hunter round out the top 5. From 6 to 10, we begin with Cam Reddish sliding a bit. And by the time we get to the end at 10, you're at Romeo Langford, whose year at Indiana does not end in the NCAA tournament, yet he still is projected to be a top 10 pick in the NBA draft. Here to talk about some of those prospects, Mike Schmitz, who joins us from Los Angeles. And Mike, our studio is a work under construction. We said Euro stepping, we got around the world. We're not exactly sure what we're going to call this segment, but I promise we're working diligently on that as much as you're working on scouting these guys. And let's just start at the top. Zion has become a force of nature. I think he's the biggest star in college basketball since I honestly can't remember someone who became this big a deal. He's one, and we don't even need to bother talking about it, correct?
Yeah, he's the most interesting, unique prospect I've ever evaluated. He put on his, Superman cape at the ACC tournament. The guy comes out and pitches a perfect game. He's a freak of nature. Definitely the number 1 pick.
From there, and we can look at players like R.J. Barrett and Ja Morant, who becomes, in his own way, like a small school version, a complete freak. Is there any dissent among the people you talk to about that guy, Morant, being a top 5 pick?
No, I think there's a chance he goes number 2. I think teams are still trying to figure out who they see having more upside, whether it's R.J. Barrett or Ja Morant. But in my opinion, he's a star in every single way. He's built for March. I think with the draw they got as well, they're a team that could potentially win a couple games. So he has a chance to really go as high as number 2 in this draft.
There's a couple of guys that backed up at blue blood programs. Reddish drops to 6 at Duke, and then Nasir Little falls all the way out of the lottery at North Carolina. With Reddish, when I look at him, I'm like, I know he can do it, and yet he doesn't do it as often as I think I want him to if I'm evaluating. Where do you land with Reddish?
Yeah, we moved him all the way down to 6. He's really gone into witness protection program. I mean, we couldn't find him the last few games. The ACC tournament, he completely no-showed. So I think the hope is he's a guy who's going to look better with NBA spacing, maybe some more shooting on the floor play, a more free-flowing style. And then Nasir, very similar, kind of a deer in the headlights look. Again, the hope is that in an NBA setting, he's going to improve, but both those guys are certainly trending in the wrong direction at this time.
I think about a guy like Zach Collins at Gonzaga a couple of years ago. When he came out of high school, he was never leaving early. Then he goes to the tournament, and he explodes, and he couldn't stay. Like, it was time to go. Give me a name of somebody that you really think, with the tournament in the next couple of weeks, could elevate his stock to such a place where there's just no way he could possibly go back.
Yeah, Tyler Herro is the name that I could see climbing all the way, potentially even to the late lottery. 6'5", shoots it in a variety of ways. He's had monster games. He's been arguably Kentucky's most valuable player this season. So I look for him to have a huge tournament. Really, really high on Tyler Herro.
All right, we're going to keep working on the segment name. On the way out, just tell me this. Where am I going to see slow motion videos of? What regional site are you going to be at?
Well, for the most part, we're kicking back, actually. We're going to try and take in all the games at once, and then obviously we have, later on games in Anaheim, so maybe I'll pop over to Anaheim. But, we have some different Twitter shows potentially going on, and I'm going to be kicking back for the most part.
Good, because you know what? You can only see one game if you're in one place. You sit back, you got all the screens, there you go. You can do your job maybe a little easier. You deserve to rest, man. Keep doing your thing. You're killing it, all right?
Thanks, SVP. Appreciate it, man.